Yo, what's going on? Welcome to Phuket Walk. Good morning, folks. Let me ensure the audio is in working order. To my knowledge, it's a lovely Tuesday morning. I assure you it's burning hot, but before we get into all the details, let me get my big head on the screen and say hello to everybody first. Sawadee Krab. Yo, what's going on? Welcome to Phuket Walk. This is Phuket Alex, and we're in the Samkong area on a blazing hot day. It's currently 11 a.m. We're definitely a bit late, and I'll tell you more about that in a bit. But first, before we get started, a big shout out to Canadian Vasily. Maybe you've fallen asleep, but you're the reason why I'm out here right now. Thanks so much for the message and the encouragement. And hello to Jazz and Juanita being the first ones in. And also hello to Vernon, Trojan, what? As Trojan says, what's going on? I know, what's going on? I am a little bit late. Let's see if I missed anybody. Aubrey, good to see ya. And a big shout out to North America and as well as South Africa. Let's get the journey started. And of course, a huge shout out to Thailand, Phuket. We're in the Samkong area. We're extra late today, so for sure for those overseas will be the late night entertainment tonight. I actually was in the very same spot about a good hour and a half, maybe, yeah, about that ago. And then when I got there, I noticed my network was not working. So I rode my bike home to get that sorted out. And to be honest, I was gonna give in. I was gonna say, you know what? Forget it. It's blazing hot out there. It's currently forecasted at 31 degrees. It definitely feels a lot more than that. A little bit closer to 36 degrees. Especially during these hours at 11 a.m. And once lunchtime hits, I bet it's gonna warm up even more. But I'm glad I'm out here. I see a lot of good viewers. Everybody, hope you're having a great time. And like I said, if Canadian Vasily has already fallen asleep, it's Destination Travels, Canadian Vasily. He's the reason why I'm out here. When I was just about to give up, he actually gave a text message and said, "Are you going streaming today?" Because I usually do stream on these times and these hours. And I kind of let him know the ordeal. And he was like, "I'm not sleeping until you get your streaming up." Well, maybe he's fallen asleep. That's quite all right. Like I said, the inspiration definitely helped. But as I said, all right, I'm getting my butt back out here. So here I am on a blazing hot day. And I'm going to enjoy the walk with everybody. And speaking of the man, Canadian Vasily, I was finishing up my video. I'm wide awake. Let me get my big head on the screen to give you a huge thank you, man. Hey bro, thank you. I was having a terrible morning and I'm not going to get into the network issues and all that, but thank you so much. You know, those kind of inspiration really matters, your message, and then you're like, hey, you're not sleeping until I get out here. I'm like, I better get my butt out here. You know, it goes such a long way. That's what I miss out here, you know what I mean? That kind of connection and that kind of inspiration. So thank you so much. From one walktuber to another, much respect, and thanks for the inspiration and motivation. Cheers, bro. Good to see you, and hope you're having a good night. Ooh, fried chicken. I did not have breakfast yet. But the good news is, when I got home, I did get a chance to drink some water and had a bit of a lemon cold tea before I have to endure the sun today. So welcome everybody. I guess these hours are better for Vernon and as well as Aubrey, and let's see, we'll see Lee a little bit later on. He usually joins us around these times. So the later starts definitely is better for some. But today was a crazy hectic day. And you know, back then when I was in Toronto, when you have a bunch of good friends, good buddies doing the same thing, like example when I was playing table tennis and or playing some basketball, it's always easy to get some motivation, yeah, but I'm like the only walktuber here that I know of anyways. Canadian Vasily says, let's both have a good day and night. Here's for a refreshing beverage. Let me turn my head this way. Alright, Kakumana Kab, Canadian Vasily, thank you for the $5 super chat. And yeah, let's hope both of us have a great one. I think we are. It started out pretty glum for myself, but I'm so glad I'm out here. It looks like it's gonna be a good one anyways. Yeah, cheers. Thank you so much for making a good day for me, man. And also hitting our super chat goals. Cheers, bro. As I was just telling the story, that's the inspiration I need. You know, back then, like if you're going to the gym or working out, playing basketball, whatever you're doing with a bunch of friends, you know, there's always someone to give you a motivation or a push or two when you need it. I just don't have that here. And you know, when I just felt like I was all alone, I got a much needed message. Thank you, man. I really appreciate that. And that's the reason why I'm out here right now. And I'll be getting myself a nice cold one, probably a cold tea, because I sense that I might need one. I was just telling you guys I had something to drink before I came out. I'm thirsty already. So thank you very much for that, Canadian Vasily. And I did get an opportunity to finish some of those thumbnails. I got 3 of them up now on a simpler format, meaning the graphics I have it slightly more under control. The layout's a little bit smaller, not as creative and random as before, but it's easier for me to put together. And at the same time, I can still continue some creativeness within the way I'm doing it now. So if you don't know what I'm talking about, you can check out some of the thumbnails update on the thumbnail itself. But after tonight, I'll be finishing up the 2 more thumbnails, which is the walk today, and also a thumbnail for Vivian Johnson, as well as Intruder Alert Captain. So I'll be doing a couple of those later on today, and then when I'm all done, I'll post it all together. I think all 5 thumbnails on the community post. And welcome to City Emerald. Good to see you, Steve. It's a burning hot day, forecasted at 31 degrees, but feels more like 36 or so, 36 plus. And we're in the Samkong area trekking forward, and the journey has just begun. We're on a later start today, so welcome everyone on this late night entertainment for those of you overseas. And if you're in my side of the world, please do feel free to prepare for lunch and watch some walking before you get hungry. Build up an appetite and grab your lunch in an hour or so, eh? Hope you're having a great one, Steve. Welcome to the live stream. It's definitely a burning hot day. And some of you may notice Vivian Johnson was absent from the chat in the community. And since we started on such a later start in terms of my channel or my usual starts, Vivian will be probably watching this on the replay anyway. So hello, Vivian Johnson. Sawadee Krap. Whoa, as I say that, let me let you guys check out that thing. That gets me every time, you know. Well, it didn't get me yet, but it scares me every time. Hello, Vivian. Good to see you on the replay, and hope you're doing well. Best wishes to you, and hope you can join us in the chat sooner than later. Vivian Johnson. Just want to give Vivian a shout out. We definitely all miss her. And once we find a nice spot, we'll pull you a nice banner. Actually, I really enjoy this building here. I want to pull one here, but I guess the walk has just begun, so let's continue walking. One moment, let me turn on my fan. And you know what? Sometimes some things happen, bad things, and you go with it. It turns out it might be a good thing, because I came out earlier with a gimbal, and I think my phone wasn't working due to the network issue. It was showing me some fake forecast that was frozen on the screen, I guess. And it said it's around 26, 27 degrees, and I thought, hey, maybe it's not so bad. And from where I lived, my house, there's plenty of trees above me, so I don't really notice. So I came out here on a gimbal and noticed that it was blazing hot. That's why I titled it a hot walk. And then of course I didn't have network, so I rode another 15-20 minutes back to get that sorted out. So I was actually out here about 2 hours ago. So I'm glad we're finally getting the journey started. Sorry, I'm just really tight here on this corner. And you know, motorbikes go on the pathways, the roadways, whatever they want. And thank you, Aubrey. I'll remember to drink plenty of water. And Canadian Vasily has already spotted me one. And for those of you who wants a different vibe, but more of a collab type of situation in North Bay, check out Destination Travels, Canadian Vasily's new journey and new live stream on the replay, as he got to walk along Brad Palmer on a collab in North Bay, having a great time. It was good to watch Brad and Vasily together, enjoying the beautiful night of North Bay. And of course I'm gonna pull Brad's channel as well for those of you who missed it for whatever reason. Check out Brad and or Destination Travels. for some Canadian walk-tuber action in the Northern Ontario area. I usually take some detours down, but I don't know if you guys can tell on the screen, it's blazing hot. So I'm gonna keep on trekking and I guess try to keep myself in more so the shaded area. That would be across the street, wouldn't it? It does look like it. Okay. Let me be that crazy guy that walks around Phuket that crosses the street way too many times. Well, I do have reasons. Look how tight that was. If you felt that motorbike, so did I. And as I was waking up, I woke up a little bit later today, 7 a.m.-ish. Johnny Strides was just finishing up his walk, I think. So feel free to go over to Johnny's channel and check out his walk on, I think, what would be the first day of autumn right now, right? Let me get my butt across the street. Whoa, bad idea. Let me get back in here. Might die. Okay, one moment. She was laughing at me, I was laughing at her. Lucky we're both doing all right. It was just too much traffic at that point to cross. And I think it's much safer now. All right. And who said Phuket or Thailand is full of bad drivers? My life was just saved by a bunch of great drivers. Maybe just a bunch of foolish expats like myself or tourists crossing the road. Needs a little bit more caution and attention from myself. Okay, one moment, let me just make sure my network is working. Looking good. Alright, so now we're on the better path. So I think I was talking about Johnny, so let's check out Johnny Stride's channel if you want to catch that live stream. Fresh out of the oven. And for us, we only have pretty much hot season and rainy season, and this year around rainy season wasn't that bad. So we're actually approaching October now, which would be, well, not exactly yet the end of October. It's probably the main start of the high season, but yeah, we've gone through the rainy season without much disturbance. Plenty of sun to enjoy. And I was saying we're not using the gimbal now due to the fact that it's way too hot, so I have it on my fan mount, and we're using the iPhone 16 Pro to do the stream right now. And also the audio is powered by the DJI mic too. Oh no, hello Michael, good to see you. As Michael says, hello everyone, sorry I disappeared. My phone messed up and could not log back into Google, that's horrible. Hello Michael, Sawadee Krap. Hope you're having a good time. We had a good time on Phuket Island. Hope the island treated you well and is treating you well. I'm not sure where you are, but I'm sure you've been to many parts of town. So do share your adventures with us if you feel like it. And all in all, hope you're having a good time in Thailand. Khop Michael for joining the chats. And hello to Lee, good to see you Lee. And Canadian Vasily says, I made up a new intro video for my live stream since most people joined too late. To ever see it, I just posted it as a standalone video. Actually, I did the same thing. I have some of my intro videos on a standalone video too. And I guess you can also use it when you're doing premieres. You can use those as trailers, right? So yeah, do go over to Destination Travels and check that out. And I don't know about you guys, I always love intros and outros. I'm not joking about that. I literally get up and scream every time I see a nice outro. And speaking of intros, I think Paul likes my intro. I do too. And hello, Paul Blunt on the replay. If you can't join us tonight or today, it's nighttime for him anyways. And I'm looking forward to your lyrics from my intro as he was writing down in the comments. And sorry for the late reply in the comments. I did see them. I will get to them, I think today. Today is the only day I had any downtime in terms of free time. One moment. It's been a tough month. I might have mentioned to some of you guys. And Canadian Vasily says, next I have to make a new Be Right Back screen and an outro. Work on the outro first, bro. I really love to see that outro. I was just telling everyone how much I love outros. Okay, I think we're gonna reach a spot or a part of the path where the sun just hits both sides of the road, so there's no avoiding anything. But you know what? Despite plenty of sun, there's plenty of people. Not as much traffic as I expected during these hours. Actually, sometimes the road traffic is busier during the morning hours. And once again, good to see you, Lee. Good to have you join us. I was just mentioning you and saying hello to all our South African friends, and of course that includes you. So I hope Cape Town is treating you well and you're having a good one. I wasn't even gonna come out today. It's all thanks to Canadian Vasily's amazing motivation that I got my butt out here. I know I probably said that 1,000 times, but hey, I just want everybody to know, thank you very much, bro. I appreciate it. And for those of you who's in Toronto and you're one of Vasily's buddies, hey, you guys are all lucky to have each other, you know what I'm saying? Have that motivation for each other to go out, have a stream, have a walk, have a good time. I definitely don't take that for granted. And this time around when Vasily says, hey, I'm not gonna sleep until you go out there and get your stream working, I'm like, all right, let's do this. I think that was the only message or the only way to get myself out here once again today. So cheers for that, man. Yes, I do have an outro. Kathy was a big fan of my outro music, and I tend to keep that song, I guess. I really enjoy the music, but I might update the outro graphics a little bit. But the outro usually consists of a members list that I give a shout out to, but recently I haven't got to updating my list. But also, every time I did a premiere, I keep on forgetting to gift my memberships. So, no worries, I have a premiere coming up, and then I'll gift those memberships, and then I'll probably by the end of tomorrow I should be able to get it done. YouTube's been updating my list a little bit funny too, but I think it's up to date now, all the dates. But all in all, my outro is the one from before, but I will get to updating it. Usually people do it every 2 weeks, so I'm not too bad actually. I do it way more often than that. So it hasn't been 2 weeks yet. And I was just telling everybody, this is the part of the walk where I cannot avoid the sun. So one moment, I'm gonna get my umbrella out instead of trying to be heroic here. I mean, man versus sun, I think the sun's gonna win. Alright, it's great to see everybody here. If you're wondering why I'm all over the place, I kind of told everybody that already. I was out here 2 times, rode my bike back and forth due to a network issue. And I wasn't even gonna come out And I'm glad I did, actually. So it's a good day. I knew it was gonna be hot the first time around. I don't want to waste it. Why waste a lovely day like this? Here we are. Well, there's the siren. Now we all know we're in Toronto. Maybe the ambulances sound the same. But you guys know I allow those sirens to be loud on the stream. I think Lee enjoys them anyways. Alright. Let's see if I missed anything in the chats. I hope not. And then Aubrey says, I was very sick for 2 weeks and the doctor says that I need a vacation in Thailand. Yeah, you better listen to that doctor. Sounds like you got a pretty cool doctor over there. You know, the doctors order and prescribe that every now and then. I bet the quality of life of many people would improve. Sorry, just checking out if I forgot anything. Looks like we're all good. And I'll be relying on all my mods to let me know if there's any issues, because I'll be putting the other phone away. It's just too much to handle. But I'll be checking the chats constantly to ensure that I don't miss anything. But do let me know if there are any issues. Okay, let's keep on trekking until we get to a spot where maybe we get a nice cool drink. And this umbrella really helps. My oh my. We have plenty of more walking to do, and that's why the umbrella. And I think this umbrella is gonna save me from a heat stroke. And Lee, thank you very much. 4 months membership. Saying, hey, still going strong. Thanks for this honor and still going strong. Cheers, bro. And let me get my big head on. Lee, Kakumanaka for being a member. And thank you for being a part of the Phuket Walk family. Hey, 4 months is a very long time, brother. I appreciate it and hope you'll continue to support me and I can continue to improve the content, of course. And sorry about this month. I know the live stream and all the content, it's on the low side a little bit. I'll be sure to catch up and get more live streams up going forward. Cheers. Thank you very much, Lee, once again, bro. Appreciate you. Props. And I think we do need some lyrics for the Phuket Walk theme song. See, wouldn't it be nice if there were some words in there? Well, I said I came out for a workout and I knew it was a hot day, so I'm getting exactly that. So let's see how far we'll walk to today. I think we'll go and grab that drink first once we reach the Pan Thai cafe, or we can just pick one up anywhere as we pass by. Last time I picked up a drink off a local tea shop down by the Katu ceramics area. It's called Phuket Ceramics Cafe. The tea was delicious. I had a lychee tea, so I might go back there next time around. I'm so glad I made that decision. I was supposed to go somewhere else and decided to maybe purchase my drink at a more local setup, and so glad that I did to, number one, of course, help out the locals a little bit, the smaller stalls. And I was rewarded by a delicious lychee tea drink for, I think it was only 40 baht or 35 baht or something like that, so like $1. And hello, sign. Signs are working hard, and I guess I'm trying to do the same in the sun this time around. It's really hot out here. If you have to go outside, sign, do get an umbrella out like I do. It's blazing hot. But welcome to Samkong. I said we would have a walk here, and thanks to Canadian Vasily, we are here. Not to mention, he already hit the super chat goal, so I gotta get that banner up somewhere, but we might do it in the tea shop or the cafe because it's blazing hot. I think I'm not gonna go for a stall today. I do need the air conditioning to help me out a little bit. But this walk must be great for my cardio. I hope you guys didn't miss out on my last Phuket fitness video. I maxed out my workout, and I mean I definitely maxed it out in terms of muscle fatigue, because I got to a set and I guess my weights were too heavy. So when I got to the fifth pump, or the fifth rep, there we go, I went halfway and my muscles failed, so I couldn't complete it. So, well, that was what I was aiming for, muscle failure. So I went on lower weights and continued the workout after a little bit of rest. So yeah, check that out. There's a little bit of suspense there. I didn't kill myself or anything, but it did look like a weak moment, worthy of a laugh. Yeah, go join me on my Phuket Fitness episode 8 for a good time, or just working out together. And I'll be showing some progress going forward. I did incorporate table tennis. Me and Sign are still practicing, and last time we went, we practiced about 4 hours in a row, so that was great cardio as well. So everything, all the extra activity is gonna really help on the fitness program. Despite kind of burning me out this month, I told you it's a really tough month for myself. Hey, let me see what Michael was saying. Did a day trip on James Bond Island and did some kayaking. Had such luck with the weather. Only had rain 2 times for about 10 minutes, but the whole time I was there. Hey, Michael, that's great to hear, and so glad I was a little bit dependable on the weather, right? I told you you'll get plenty of sun to enjoy. Look at me now. Oh man, the sun is right above my head. So I mean, I'm no weather forecaster or anything, but feel free to, like Michael, check out what the weather is like on the live stream. I'm so happy for you because Michael got to visit the island on a slightly cheaper time in terms of airfare, you know what I mean, and also cost of accommodations. Even some restaurants have lower costs during these months. So I'm glad you got to enjoy all of Phuket with lesser crowds, all to yourself pretty much, you know what I mean? And of course, plenty of sun to enjoy as well. And that's what some of these live streams are for, you know what I'm saying? It's a shame I didn't get to buy you a coffee in person. There's always next year. No worries, Michael. Hey, cheers for the coffee you bought me and Sign, actually. I hope you had a chance to check out the thumbnail I did for you on the community post. I remember, I think we were in Rawai, so you did get us a coffee. And I remember that day you were just checking into your hotels. So I'm glad you had a great time here, and that's all that matters, right, on these walks. And next year when you do visit, you can give me a shout out on Instagram or something, and we can come on a live stream or do a 4K video and say hi to everybody. But no worries. I'm just glad you had a great time on the island. You guys all know that's what I kind of do. I just walk around in different parts of the island, and usually nowadays more local parts and less touristy. But once the high season hits, which is next month, we'll be heading back to some more touristy areas to check out the vibes, to let everybody know how it is over there, and whether Rawai, Caron, Kata, Bang Tao, Laguna, Patong, Phuket Old Town, you name it. We'll check out all the touristy areas before you guys want to visit, so you guys know how the weather is like, what the atmosphere is like, pretty much what it's like here live on the live stream. We usually go to Cafe Amazon, but I think I can trek a little more. We'll go to Pantai Coffee first, and hopefully Canadian Vasily is still awake, and then I'll be able to pull him a nice banner. And thank you for being a 3-month member. Rome was signed. Thanks everyone for being a part of Phuket Walk family. Wish you a lovely day and night. Thanks everyone. Oh, it repeats itself a little bit here. Kokumat Nakab, Rome was signed for being a Phuket Walk member and part of the Phuket Walk family for 3 months, but obviously you were always part of the family. So do go over the Science channel and check out her walks and collabs with me. Sign, can you pull your own link? It's a bit hot out here. I'll be pulling more links once I find a spot to chill out. And I really mean it, because I'm kind of heating up right now, even with the umbrella, so I'm so glad I'm walking around with this thing. We will do a loop around today. I'm not sure about going on the bridge. Let's see how I feel after that cup of ice drink that Canadian Vasily spotted me for. I definitely need that refresher now. And we're not too far away from it. I think I'll just go for the traditional lemon tea. That usually is pretty good. As we're making our way to probably Pantai Coffee there, right across the street. And also I believe Stuart was also in Patong and on Phuket Island. Hope he had a great time here. I was enjoying some of his pictures on Instagram. It looks like he was having a blast. Unfortunately, this month I myself didn't schedule a walk down in Patong. Like I said, due to the lower seasons, I haven't really ventured there. But once October hits, we'll be probably going back for a walk. But nowadays, I'm more interested in the daytime walks in Patong. But generally when I go, it's during the family hours. So it's more friendly to me, and during those hours anyways. As it might get a little rough later on the night when the party hour begins there. The good thing about waiting for this light is now the clouds has come out. And there's a cold breeze for some reason. Where did that come from? Feels pretty nice, I'm not complaining. And Canadian Vasily, hi again guys. This car tried to run us over on a green. Well, green for us. I'll get to your message in a bit. Once we get into the cafe, and I think Michael might have visited Patong as well. One moment, I'm just gonna go in and get a cold one first. And then I'll have a chat with everybody and bring my big head on the screen. Whew. Okay, I definitely need a nice drink. I'm gonna go for a tea this time. Sorry, Kap, can I get a lemon tea? Yeah, iced tea. Yeah, honey lemon. Yeah, that's good.
Honey lemon or honey lemon tea?
Honey lemon, honey lemon. Kap. Honey lemon sounds better.
65 baht.
Sounds good. ขอบคุณครับ Okay. There's a lot of people here today. Let me try to find a spot in a corner somewhere. ขอบคุณครับ So let's see. We might have to sit a little bit inwards today. Maybe this corner. Yeah, we can either go to the corner or stay in the front here. I'll probably go to the corner. Okay, let's grab the drink first. And Canadian Vasily was saying, my Bell modem just suddenly disconnected from the internet and I had to troubleshoot it. Took forever? Hey, no worries. I think we still have a lot more walking, if not forever. Alright, and here's the drink. And I assure you the quality of drink is always good here. So let's go enjoy this. Okay, we'll go to the back. I actually never been back here in terms of sitting down. I think I showed everybody this area. It's huge in here. It's nice. Okay, I'll put everybody down on a stand first and then I'll catch up in the chats. One moment. All right. And this is my lemon tea. Oops. All right, thank you everyone for your patience. Welcome to Thai Coffee in Samkong. We're going to have a lovely drink. And thank you for being around and a good company to me, because I definitely want to enjoy this drink with everyone. And maybe pull a banner, but I don't think in this spot. Let me cool down, we'll pull a banner somewhere else, eh? Doesn't look too good in here. A little bit plain. But we'll enjoy this cup first. Alright, let's get the straw in first, I think. Here we are. And cheers to Canadian Vasily and everyone for being here. Thank you. Maybe I'll move further in. Hold on. Okay. All right, let me join the chats. Looks like everybody's having a good time in there. I want to join in and hear about Michael's adventures around Phuket. Looks like you're having more fun than me. I never went to that actually. Let me check it out next time. The Lop Mom Patong, eh? Oh, it's up the mountain a bit. Okay, maybe that's why. And I did do a really silly thing on PP. I hit all my cash, about 40,000 baht. That's a lot of money here. That's 40K, yeah, in the hotel. But lost it the next day when I was back in Phuket. I remember why I hit it. So I got on a speedboat. Oh my, back to PP. Ran to the hotel. They fully cleaned the room, but the money was still there. Oh my, that's crazy. I'm glad you found it. That would have been a misadventure if anything. But hey, I'm glad that everything was all there and it worked out for you. So cheers to that, right, Michael? No worries about the coffee. I'm glad you recovered that 40K. It's weird, eh, Thailand? Everybody comes here and all these strange stories happen because it just does when you're in this part of the world. Maybe it's hotter. I don't know the temperature. Oh, this is so good. But cheers to everybody. And thank you once again, Lee, and as well as Syme for being a Phuket Walk member and part of the Phuket Walk family. Trojan asked, what did you drink that night? Well, it must have been a good night. And you know what? The best part of that story is you recover that 40K, right? Despite a little bit of a speedboat ride back. Hey, you got to tell everybody you visited PP Island 2 times on one trip, right? Hey, Lee, thank you, bro. Cheers, man. As Lee says, here's a little something for that lychee tea. This one is actually lemon tea I got today. The lychee tea. Oh, you know what? I can pick up one later on. It was at the other stall down by Tattoo, and that's pretty close by. It's about like a 5-minute ride from where I am. So, yeah, cheers. Thank you, Lee. Appreciate it. Thank you for the 35 ZAR super chat. ขอบคุณมากนะครับ And hope you're enjoying the walk so far. I know I kind of walked a little bit and decided to cool down, but I think it's a good decision. It's really hot out there, man. Plenty of sun to enjoy, like I said. And if you're smart like Michael, book this trip a little bit earlier. He got here on a cheaper airfare. Pretty much got to enjoy the whole island to himself because there isn't a big crowd here yet. So sometimes, you know, those timings are the best. And there are people that prefer low season, actually. So Cheerios to Lee, and Cheerios to Canadian Facility. Michael says, I think I drank a bit of everything. Well, everything seems like a good drink. Oh, you guys had those buckets too, eh? Yeah, it's very popular here when you go to bars or clubbing. They put this ice bucket, pretty much plastic bucket, right? And then they kind of pour whatever you want in there, gin, whatever your mixed drink is. When everybody just takes a straw and they drink out of that one bucket because it's kind of huge, right? They give you a bucket like this size. Depending on where you go, if you go to Patong, they shrink a little bit, right? At better places, they're a little bit bigger. But anyways, not promoting anything, but yeah, for those of you, just an idea of some refreshments. But for myself, lemon tea is the way to go. You can really tell because I'm almost all done here. All right, one more cheers to everybody, and we'll get the walking started. Let's see how far and how bad it is out there. If anything, if I can make it to the bridge, we'll go to the bridge. We'll head up the bridge, get a nice view, pull a nice banner. If not, I'll do a loop around. We'll get a banner elsewhere, and I chickened out. But let's find out. Let's go. Because now I'm feeling nice and chilled. I actually feel like I want the sun again. So it's a perfect time to go out, I guess. Well, maybe not. I might get sick for being hot and cold. Whatever, right? Let's get the journey started. That was really nice, actually. Okay. Now that was wonderful. Fun time. Whew. Whole new world. And then Canadian Facility says, hey Alex, I decided to make the meetup next year on July 18th. So everybody pay attention, mark your calendar. For next year, July 18th is the Destination Travels first annual meetup. And that's indeed a big event. So stay tuned, and I think we'll be making more announcements as we work our way towards that date. But yeah, that sounds good, Canadian Facility. It gives you plenty of time and plenty of time for you to set up, of course, and everyone to take notice. I'm sure it'll be a good event. It'll be a good show up for sure. Hey, and Michael says we are going to visit Toronto in 2027. That sounds fantastic. Let's see if I can grow the channel at the right pace. Maybe I can meet you there and we can all have a big gathering with all the walktubers in the community. That's fantastic news. Good that you want to visit Toronto, my hometown. Sorry about the angle there. I just need to fix my gimbal a little bit. I say gimbal, but it's just a selfie stick. Okay. Plenty of fried chicken here. Oh, geez Louise, did I forget my umbrella? Yes, I forgot my umbrella. One moment. I have to go back and grab my umbrella. One second. Oh, I have it. I just have it in my bag instead. I was like, how could I forget it? Hold on. 1 second. A little bit all over the place this time around. I think it must be the heat. It gets everybody doing things a little differently. But I did come out here 2 times today already, so if that isn't all over the place, I don't know what is. Okay. All right. And Trojan says, Alex, you going to the meetup this weekend in Niagara Falls? You like my laugh? I'll be there in spirit and in the chats perhaps. Whoops, trying to get this sorted out still while not dropping my umbrella. Okay. And Aubrey's saying, getting old, Alex, tell me about it. I guess everybody knows a little bit of how that's like. I mean, everybody, despite how old you are getting older, right? Okay, let's continue to march forward before I clog up the street any longer. Okay. Alright, let's get the camera work back in order. Sorry about that. And getting older indeed, and that's why my fitness journey, we're up to episode 8 now. And I did get a very good workout last time around. I maxed out my muscle in terms of tiredness and workout. And you can see all my fun and blunders if you check out episode 8 of Phuket Walk Fitness. And you bet I'll be continuing those. And we'll be showing everybody some results. I'm still in the bulking up stage. I'm doing well, maintaining some good cardio to not bulk up on the wrong type of weight. That is staying lean at the same time. And that is my goal, not to become some bodybuilder, but to get more muscle, gain more muscle, and as well as stay lean while doing that. So 2 goals there, or 2 in 1. And Lee says, take me with you to Toronto. And also Lee's telling me that it happens to the best of us. It does, doesn't it? This aging thing. But we can also grow with it. Take it in strides. That's what I'm doing, walking. And getting older ain't so bad if you're healthy, so definitely stay fit, stay healthy. And I do mention very often, health is probably the most important thing. Yeah, it's all we got, isn't it? And I often wish everybody happiness and good health for that reason. And since Canadian Vasily is with us still, I'll try to continue and march to the bridge, and then we'll pull you a banner there. I think the spot is better, despite me biting on my tongue. Canadian Facility says, come next year, bro. There's many months to prepare. I think so. I mean, I got to continue to grow the channel, of course, but the ultimate goal is I do get a chance to visit home. And you know, sometimes maybe I haven't talked about it in depth, but if you guys think about it, I've been out here for so many years, pretty much 12 years straight. Going home isn't so easy, especially when I don't have a lot of family. And most of my friends, I still have a few very good friends there, and that's still allows me to, of course, visit. But a lot of my other good friends, I have quite a lot of good friends in Toronto, but they all moved out to different parts of the world. And some of them are, well, closer in Asia than they are in North America as well. But my point being is, heading back to Toronto becomes hard. Especially when so much has changed. Expenses and cost of living has gone up. But that is the point. I have reached my first goal to help out the family a little bit, help out Sai. And I will build on that. And hopefully eventually carry me to Toronto once again. I can have a nice walk with everybody on my old stomping grounds. Wouldn't that mean a lot to me? But yeah, simple dreams, but let's build and walk towards that. So I appreciate it if those of you who's watching now press the subscribe button and or like the video as well. This is what we do. We walk around, we talk a little bit, and we walk and talk around Phuket Island for now. And I didn't mention my dreams and ambition to go to North America once again, to Toronto, notably, my hometown. But I guess once I reach that milestone, then there's no stopping me from going everywhere around the world. But until then, please do help us out. Press that subscribe button and join us on these journeys, on these walks. Yeah, I am one of those special VIPs that's seen the special badges, but I also vow my life on it not to tell anybody or reveal its beautiful appearances and lovely designs. And Canadian Vasily said, Alex, we should do a collab video of sorts. We could chat on the video call of something. YouTube has a new collab feature. Yeah, you know what? I looked into that a little bit. Yeah, we should definitely do that. I think so. Where you can upload a video on 2 channels at once. Let's look into it. Michael says to Lee, I have to get a suitcase you can fit in. Well, you should have told me that, Michael, this time around. I would have told you to bring me there instead. I'm still trying to work my way back to Toronto, despite being from there. But all is in the works. I mean, we just started for barely a year. It's going to be a year soon when October hits. October 23rd is our 1-year anniversary, I believe. So I'm very happy, everybody. Thank you. I'm very grateful, of course, for having everyone in our community. Yeah, Michael. As Michael was saying, I visited Wat Doi Tamnimit at the sunset. It was beautiful, and we were the only ones there. Yeah, that's the best part about visiting the island or Thailand in general around these months, eh? No crowds indeed. Most of the best attractions are all to yourself, maybe a few people to share. And on good days, you might be just there by yourself enjoying the whole thing. But once high season comes, all those destinations are pretty packed usually. As you can imagine, tour buses and all that will take its prime time hours to deliver its guests there. Thanks, brother. Hey, it's the thought that counts. That's Canadian Vasily says. If I win the lottery, I'll make sure you and Sai can visit Toronto. Thank you so much, bro. It'll be nice to go back home once again. No place like home. It's weird, eh? I dedicated myself and me and Sai to staying here and working everything to, and pretty much, well, I relocated here. I live here. And now going to Toronto is very difficult. So, of course, Phuket now is home. But it'll be nice to definitely set foot in Toronto again and meet some of my homies and good friends there. I've been away for so long, I'm sure so much has changed, despite me having the chance to join you guys on the walks and remembering much of the many locations that still exist, the streets that I walked on. But of course, the people is very different nowadays. I'm sure people come and go, and the city has a lot more population than it did 12 years ago. But yeah, Canadian Vasily, we'll definitely do that collab. We'll work it out. I think it's a great idea. We can have 2 videos up. We'll think of something. Hey, good for you, Canadian Vasily, and I wish you do win the lottery, man. A lot of times, there's only so much joy, believe it or not, when you give it all to yourself. I learned that many times in life, again and again. I've been to many parts of the world, I mentioned, and when I was there, even standing on the Great Wall of China, I said, where the hell are my friends? What the F am I doing here by myself? Well, I had a different start, I told you. Many of them were in university, and I was pondering what to do with life at the time. So I took a different path. So when I was in all these amazing destinations, a lot of my friends weren't there with me. And there was the few times where you're there with your besties or best friends, like one time in Korea and a few times in Hong Kong. You think you're like, hey, I'm having such a great time. These days will happen again and again and again. And in reality, we only were able to make it happen once or twice. I went to Korea 3 times maybe, and Hong Kong a couple as well. And Michael says, I couldn't imagine Bangka Road to be any more busy. It was way too much for me. I had to run through it, and I was okay in the day. Yes, when they opened the road for the cars to go through, the day is fine. You wouldn't even notice it. But when the night comes, that's when it gets really crowded. And oh yeah, it can get more crowded during the high seasons. Believe it or not, the whole street becomes, well, on one of my videos you guys can see, I think I have a few high season videos of that street somewhere in the 4K section. Hey, Lisa says, hey people, you know what time it is? And if I still have my head straight, it should be hammer time, Lee. And hammer time is what we call coffee time here. A lot of taxi drivers offering me rides. I'm holding an umbrella, having a nice walk, no? Oh no, okay, Canadian facility says, okay man, it's kind of late, gotta go guys. Alright brother, my bad. You know what, let me pull a banner for you here then. One moment, we're just at the spot where I could pull a banner. And let me pull you a banner before you go to sleep, or if you have to sleep now, you can watch it on the replay. But thank you so much, bro, for hitting our super chat goals, and as well as spotting me that drink that I probably had to drink first before trekking on. And thank you, Lee, for the wonderful support as well towards my lychee tea, which I'll probably on the ride back I can grab a cup of lychee tea. I can drink a lot more tea than I do coffee, but I remember I can pull a banner here just right around the corner here. There's a nice view here. But stay tuned for the thumbnail, despite being a little bit less creative or wild approach in the designs. I have made some improvements to the thumbnail designs, keeping them a little bit more simple for me to do, manageable. And the design's a little bit more simplistic, a little bit smaller, organized. But going forward, it's very easy for me to generate them so I can keep on making them for everybody. But hey, enough blabbing from me. Thank you, Canadian Vasily. It is definitely late. Thank you so much for inspiring me on this walk. Honestly, guys, Kalkumana Cup, Canadian Vasily, and Fandina Cup, which means good night, Canadian Vasily. Thank you for the inspiration, bro. If it wasn't for you, I probably wouldn't be out here today. Seriously, because I was feeling pretty flustered and all done for the day after that ordeal. But your message and your inspiration saying I'm not sleeping until you're out here doing a live stream, how can I say no to that? So here I am. Thank you so much, and hope you have a wonderful night and a good morning tomorrow. But I'll be pulling you a banner right now. Kalkumana Cup, Canadian Vasily. Thank you. I'll get to your comments soon, Michael. I think that deserves some attention. But let me pull the banner for Mr. Canadian Vasily. And for those of you who don't know, Canadian Vasily is indeed Destination Travels. Thank you so much, man, Canadian Vasily. Hope you have a great night. Let me get those fireworks up in case you're still here watching, lurking a little bit before you fall asleep completely. Thank you so much for the wonderful support as well, hitting our super chat goals. And you know what, man? We'll definitely look at the collab and work out something to do for the video. I think we can do something together, especially with the new YouTube features. But cheers to you, Canadian Vasily. Thank you so much, brother. Appreciate you, man. And Lee says tea is better and healthier for you. I think so. I've been able to drink a lot more and enjoy it. Kalkuma na cup, Canadian Vasily once again. And I mean, I'm still getting my caffeine dose, but it's just not in high dosage. And I guess the release of tea is very different. He was waiting for me to park in there the whole time. I didn't even know I was in his way. So I gave him a nod and he gave me a nod. And that's a great exchange. I don't know if I filmed that, but yeah, that was just so polite. Like, you can see in other parts of the world, he'll be honking at me, yelling at me to get out of the way. I was finishing up my banner. He waited for me quietly. His dog came over to say hello. And when I was leaving, I noticed my mistake. I nodded to him to say sorry, and he nodded at me with a smile. Man, you know, that's what I love about Phuket, right? Back to what I was saying about Michael. Michael says I quit my job when I was on vacation. Geez Louise, we don't always do that, do we? And he says, you know what? Got a job interview today. Wish me luck. Hey, good luck, Michael. And once I find myself a better place to walk, I'll put my big head up. Hold on. And you know what, Michael? I have a big smile on my face because I did something similar when I decided to come here. It's weird, eh? Vacations, whether before you go or during it or after you go, it really changes you. You get a new perspective, and I guess you're a lot more brave. That's what I did as well. I also quit my job before I headed off to my journeys in Thailand. Hey Alex, I think the video got stuck. Oh no! What's happening? Okay, one moment. Let me cross the street first and see if I can fix this. I've been trying to cross for a while now. But it's good that you guys can still hear me. Okay, it's working on my end. You should try the refresh button, and that should fix things, Lee. Sometimes YouTube does that, right? And you just have to hit that refresh button a little bit. And I think this bus is turning. Nope, he's not turning. He blinked his light to turn. And thank you, Michael. Says video okay for me. Alright, it looks like I can cross on this side. And let's see if anybody's so generous here. Alright. You know what? And we'll do a loop around here. Since we pulled the banner for Canadian Vasily. I was going to head to the bridge for that, but hey, that view wasn't so bad. And here I am. Okay. Alright, Michael, like I was saying, I kind of did something similar. So, hey, good luck to your job interview tomorrow. I think everything is going to work out. Everything happens for a reason, right? And I'm sure you made the best decision, especially when you're on vacation, when you're all calm and relaxed and you know what you're doing. So, all in all, Kokumak, thank you and best luck to you. Cheers. And now you got a story to tell everyone. I went to Thailand and decided to quit my job. They do say vacations are life-changing. I kind of came here for semi-education vacation and pretty much decided not to go back. And made Phuket my home. Alright, thank you everyone for being with me so far. It's still a very hot day right now. It definitely feels like about 35 degrees plus. And you guys can see the blazing sun. It's not playing around with me. Luckily I had a nice cool drink. A nice cup of tea earlier. It's past lunchtime already. It's 12:15. And since we started on a later starting time today, we are still marching forward on a return journey now towards Samkong. So hope everybody is having a good day. You grabbed your lunch already and is enjoying that. Or you're overseas enjoying your evening and pretty much falling asleep and ready to enjoy your day tomorrow. But all in all, thank you for being with me right now. Hope you're having a good time and enjoying the stream. And to my knowledge, I think Lee is just having hammer time, so I'm just in time for that. Thank you, Lee. I was actually a little bit under the weather as well, but for whatever reason I haven't been coughing, so no complaints. But I've been a little bit sick, so I was away from the streaming world for a little bit. This month has not been good for me in terms of content wise, but it's alright. I still had some lovely live streams with everybody this month, as we always do. It's just not as much as I would like. So I guess I just have to work harder a little bit on the next coming month. But tomorrow or the day after, I do intend to have a stream as well. So hopefully the weather is cooperating and it's good, and I'll be able to bring us to some other destinations. I was thinking about Suan Luang Park, I talked about a little bit, and perhaps we'll visit Sapan Hin again to see the seashore. We haven't been there for a while. Yeah, Lee, thank you. As Lee says, as long as you have your umbrella and keep cool with your lemon, yeah, lemon tea or lemon lychee tea. That lychee tea was really nice. I'm gonna probably have the same thing afterwards. And thank you so much for that, Lee. Thank you for the wonderful support. And like I said, do check out, oh, I think you already have. I saw your comment. So thank you for watching the Phuket Walk fitness video, bro. Episode 8 was muscle failure, and I demonstrated that, I think. And we also had Sign do a little bit of bonus footage, and she demonstrated how to do the squats and the way she was doing it and the muscles that she was targeting with a little bit of help from some weights that she was holding. Just a little bit of bonus footage as I got to inspire Sign to go work out with me a little bit. I mean, she was there doing some filming for me already. Might as well get the workout in as well, yeah. And Lee says, I'm enjoying the walk very much. Nice weather, lovely day. Yeah, I would say so. Despite the heat, I said, I mean, she's not really complaining, you know. And I'm the person with the umbrella. He's not complaining. And neither is she in the front, right? Let me see. Michael says, thank you. Yeah. I had time to think about it and thought I'm not going back to getting up at 2, 3 a.m. every day for a 12 to 15 hour shift anymore. Hey, you know what? Good for you, man. You know, give yourself some time back. I remember me doing those hours in shift work. Oh man, it was one of the worst years for me in terms of health and everything. I mean, I was making good money, but I was paying for it some other way, right? So all in all, like I said, good health is all we got, and I hope the extra time you get with the job change will really help and improve your life a little bit, you know what I'm saying? I mean, we only have so much time here, all of us. Let's try to have more vacations, yeah, Michael? Look at me, I took a very long one. And I'm still trying to walk my way through it, for lack of a better word. Well, literally, I'm trying to walk my way through it by walking. So thank you everyone for walking together with me, yeah? And keeping the dream alive. You know what? Once we get that chicken banana suit, that might be one of the features to have sign kind of chicken banana some of the workouts. It might do really good on TikTok. I was kind of going through the same things earlier. I was working long hours and just kind of gotten into a routine where it was really bad for my health. And I think during that time we're going through a recession or something. Nothing was really going on, so I thought, you know what, I'll take some time to go back to school. And eventually from that, what was planned before was completely different. Eventually from that, I came to Thailand for school. And it got even more far-fetched. I came here to stay. So everything starts somewhere, you know. But change is always good, you know. And I'm sure as you get older, you make better decisions as well, not just reckless change. But now that I'm here, I gotta keep the dream alive and keep on dreaming. And hopefully, like I said, when Michael visits Toronto, maybe I get to get my ass back in Toronto too. Still have a lot of good friends there, and of course a lot of new friends now from the community. And we'll do some nice collabs and walks together. Yeah, thanks Lee. What a journey you've been on, Lee says. I'm still on it, aren't I? Keeping the dream alive, trying to anyways. And that's all thanks to everyone. No, really, I was about to end this and say I'm just gonna grab a job in Toronto. I talked to my friend already, and he's very helpful and kind, and more like a family friend if anything. Well, more like family if anything, not a friend. But anyways, he's pretty much got me hooked up on something to do when I arrive, and he said I can stay at his place. So I was ready to throw in the towel. And then I thought, you know what, let's give it one more go. Let's see what this channel may do for us a little bit. And in fact, it has done a lot. And I didn't know, like I said, I thought I was starting a channel. I wasn't expecting, or don't even know what to expect. But I guess in reality, what I receive is an amazing community, a chance to meet some great people, and to keep the dream alive. Well, that's the better thing about Thailand, right? Cost of living here is affordable. Things are generally slightly cheaper, not very expensive. So if you can find a way, recovery is easier here. Opposed to, I know some people back home, they get themselves into a little bit of issues, or they haven't worked for a while and they don't have a lot of family and friends helping them. It's a lot harder for them to get out of the slump. It often takes a really good job, and they often have to work many months before able to be normal again. So all I'm saying is I'm very glad for the situation and grateful for the situation I'm in. And of course I love living here. You don't just live in a place for 12 years if you don't like it. So keeping the dream alive, definitely. I don't think I talked about that for a while, but so let today be that day, yeah? Michael said, yeah, it was good money, but it was just draining me out. I'll take my health over money. Yeah, hey, I agree, bro. When I did the most shift work was the year I went back to Toronto to save a little bit to be able to try to start something here. And man, that year really took my health away. Like, I was never able to build back. Well, here's my attempt this time around, but I was never able to get my physique back just due to that whole year of working in the oil sands all the way in Fort Mac. Not complaining, it was great money, but I definitely feel what you feel, man. Shift work it's something else, eh? It really does something to you mentally too, you know? It flips your life kind of upside down. But yeah, I'm glad you chose health, you know? At the end of the day, it's all we got. And also your time now is given back to you, and you can spend some of that with your family and friends, you know what I mean? And I do understand, I mean, I'm from Toronto, we all need enough, you know what I'm saying? And a city like Toronto, sometimes it takes a few jobs. I always had 2 jobs, one being a broker, so it doesn't tie me down into a permanent hour or schedule. And then the other one, I was working for Canada Post. And it took that kind of 2-job kind of situation to be alright even 12 years ago in Toronto. So I can't even imagine nowadays in North America and Europe. But all in all, what I mean is we all do need enough, and sometimes it takes sacrifice to have enough. At the same time, we gotta look out for ourselves and our health, or else we can't continue if we ever get sick. And I guess the medical bills aren't cheap either, for those of you who don't have medical care. Yeah, hey Michael, I understand, man. The stuck in the loop thing is for real. It's routine, right? You know what I mean? It's kind of like a blur too sometimes when you're in those hours. And the day offs never feel like anything. Like, the day offs always pass by like it was a blur. I used to have 3 days off or something, 7 threes I did. Sorry, it was 10 threes or something like that. But yeah, so those 3 days off were always a blur. The first day, you didn't even feel it. The next day, it gets a little better, and you're like, okay, I'm in a day off now. And then before you know it, you're like, oh, I gotta go back. And you sleep through most of it, yeah, because you lost so much sleep during the other working hours. But I definitely remember it, man, as I'm talking about it. It's bringing me back through time a little bit. Like I feel it, like I remember me being there. But to tell you the truth, my health has been great since I moved to the island. It's just, I guess the diet here, the weather altogether, and I guess a healthier lifestyle, yeah. And you guys can see this year around has been the most improvement. I've been out of shape a little bit, and since I started the channel, I've been doing great in terms of health and fitness. So a little bit of walking, some extra motivation from everybody, extra love, and here I am, going strong. I think a month ago I was just having a heat stroke, but I'm doing well now. And hitting the gym and trying to get stronger to keep on marching for everybody. Lee says, love the cars people drive there on the island, similar to the ones back home. Also right-hand drive. Yeah, that right-hand drive thing still gets me. I guess I was too good of a driver back home. I always have my habits, especially when I need to back up. I always have my hand reach out the other way. Wrong hand. Okay, 1 second, everybody. Let me get some power into the phone from the power bank so we can complete this return trip. But thank you everybody for the wonderful support and being here with me. Today was definitely a tougher day than others. I thought I wasn't even going to come out. So cheers once again to Canadian Vasily, and as well as Lee. Thank you. Steve, you will find some expats here, obviously. Some authentic local vibes. Sound is gone. Jeez Louise. One moment. And that does happen. Let me see if the sound has returned. Okay, thank you, Michael. And I didn't even give a shout out today, my bad. A big shout out to all my mods for doing a wonderful job for my channel as always, as we march together towards the 1 year mark anniversary for the channel next month. But before that happens, thank you to all of you today for doing a wonderful job and being with us on this journey. Many of you have started the journey out with me together, despite my very late start today. And some of you are still here with me right now, so thank you to all of my mods for always helping out and doing all that you do. Lee says, I try my utmost best to be a mod. Thank you, Lee. I appreciate it, man. Today, especially during the late hours, we're a little bit short-handed, but I don't blame anything because it's been such a busy week and busy day overall in the community. Lots of content going up. And also, once I can get to my phone here. One moment. Whoops, sorry about that. That's the bad part. Without the gimbal, I do all sorts of crazy things. But do check out Liam's channel. That's Epic Nation HD, as he just had the first day of autumn walk, I believe, or the last day of summer. Either or, but a fresh out of the oven live stream from Liam. So as we're doing our walk back, feel free to check out Liam's channel at Epic Nation HD for that live stream on the replay. Sorry, just trying to squeeze through here. Looks like the stream is working. And let me focus a little more on the camera work so it isn't too wobbly. And I think these were the sheep that Lee were talking about last time we saw here. And then we saw some on another stream. And we're talking about it in the chat. And picture and sound is perfect. Fantastic. Oops. Lee says the sheeps. Let's see if I can get myself across the street this time. Last time it wasn't that safe. Well, I've seen so many BMWs today. I think I know where I got the last day of autumn walk from. That's from Boom Productions. Let me pull Boom's link in a bit, if I can handle my umbrella. Careful when crossing, Alex. You know what sign says. Yes, walk where it's safe. Thank you, Lee. Appreciate it. One moment. Let me just try to not do too much. Okay, we're good. And there's Boom's Link, Papa Muzzy. And he just had a walk in Charlottetown, I believe, in PEI. And that's where I got the idea. Last day of autumn walk, I think. It was from him. Well, if I got it wrong, then it's last day of summer and first day of autumn, either or. The heat is getting to me, my bad. It does still feel more so like 36 degrees out here. Plenty of sunshine. But there's a nice breeze that's blowing. Definitely helps a little bit. And hope you're enjoying Hammer Time, Lee. While I focus a little more on walking where it's safe. Man, today was a tough day. I'm so glad I was able to overcome some of the difficulties and still get us a walk out here. I mean, hump day is tomorrow and I still plan to walk for tomorrow. And Lee says, I enjoyed it very much. Thank you, Alex. Thank you, Lee, for the amazing support, Lee. I'm looking forward to my lychee tea. And stay tuned for the thumbnail design as well. Like I said, I have made it simpler, but I'll continue on the thumbnails. So stay tuned for the community post. I got 3 of them done last night and posted it up already. But I think I'm gonna do today, and one more for Vivian Johnson as well as Intruder Alert Captain that I have to do. So I'll be getting all those done tonight. And then once all of them is done, I'll gather it and post it in the community post, like what I usually do. And Lee says tomorrow is a public holiday in SA, Heritage Day. Happy Heritage Day, Lee. And that's awesome. I mean, you get some off time and you can chillax and relax today. A little bit more in the evening. Party time! Or hammer time is good. And then the next day is your mom's birthday. Hey, an early happy birthday to your mom. Wishing her all the best. But of course, a special day, especially for her on her amazing celebration. And of course, as I always need to do, wishing her happiness and good health, Lee. And you have a great day celebrating with her, man. I feel like I know her a little bit already through you, Lee. A lot of us are images of our upbringing, and My mom is definitely a big part of that. The wind is really strong today, actually. It's giving me quite the Jedi battle with the umbrella. It's always an adventure crossing the roads here. Bananas, 100 baht or 30 baht. Lee says they had to put a signal there for you to cross. Yeah, to cross safely. There's a lot of parts of the island where there's just lights, but there's no walk paths or crossing. That's because a lot of mostly the roads in the area is more catered to motorbikes. I mean, you do get some walk paths, yeah. But any development or infrastructure upgrade or road repairs will be looking to favor the motorbike riders and the drivers. Expand more motorbike parks or motorbike pathways than walk paths. Like over here is a very difficult area with the umbrella to get by, especially. So I have to do something weird like this. And thank you for that car for stopping for me. Nice guy driving the Audi. They yield when they have to, I guess. But thank you, Lee and Michael, for joining me on, I think, what we're gonna call the victory lap now, as we hit the almost the 2-hour mark, 10 minutes away. And if I'm slightly less energetic, that'll be due to the fact that I'm a little bit under the weather. I'm very glad that I didn't cough any during the whole journey, so it's getting better. But me and Sign were both sick during the weekend, and that would explain why we didn't really stream. We just kind of stayed put. There's that hole in the ground that I really hate, so I better keep a lookout for it every time. And Lee says, victory lab. Cheers, Lee. And thank you for rocking those membership emojis, Michael. Like I said, I'm very glad you had a great time here in Thailand, and also on your misadventure, your 2 trips to PP Island, you recovered what you lost, your 40K, which is quite a bit of money, yeah, especially in Thailand. So I'm glad you got that back for yourself to enjoy your vacation, of course. But all in all, I'm very happy for you, and good luck to you on your job interview tomorrow. I'm sure everything happens for a reason, like I said. So this job change will be definitely good for you, and good health to you as well. And also, thank you, Lee. Always a pleasure to have hammer time with you, bro. And thank you so much today for the amazing support towards that lychee tea that I'm gonna grab probably on the way back. I'm biting on my tongue already just due to being quite thirsty again. But also cheers to Canadian Vasily for hitting our super chat goals. And stay tuned to both of you, Lee and Vasily, for the thumbnail update design. And like Lee says, geez Louise, right? That's a big hole just randomly on the floor. It almost got me a few times. But not yet, and not today. But thank you to everyone as well, all my viewers, supporters, members, and subscribers, for keeping the dream alive for myself, Phuket Alex, and of course the whole channel, Phuket Walk. I'm still walking, trekking, strolling through parts of Phuket for everyone every day. Well, every day that I could come out for a live stream. So cheers to all of you. Thank you for this opportunity and keeping the dream alive. It's a very hot morning today. I mean, we have had some hot days, but today is consistently above 30, forecast at 31. It's still feeling around 35, 36 right now. Maybe a little more, but who knows, close enough. So if you're gonna come out for a walk, do stay in the shade or bring an umbrella like myself, and you'll have a very pleasant day. I'm so glad I came out today and got my steps in, much needed cardio. Despite being sick, I still need to get my cardio in to stay in shape. But I'm feeling much better today, and the fact that I haven't coughed through the whole walk indicates I'll be heading towards full recovery. And just up ahead, we're reaching the end of our walk for today around the Samkong district. And I think we got a chance to check out pretty much the whole area. We did not go to the bridge today, but we did do a nice loop around the more local vibe feeling parts of town on a very hot sunny day on this Tuesday, and my hump day hasn't even arrived yet, so I'll see everybody soon enough, as I do anticipate to do another live stream tomorrow. So one more huge shout out to my supporters today, which is Canadian Vasily, for hitting the super chat goals, and not to mention being the reason why I'm out here in the first place. Thank you so much for that message. Feel free to message me anytime and inspire me some. Thank you so much for the amazing support, Canadian Vasily, and as well as Lee. Thank you so much. I'll be looking forward to a wonderful cup of tea, and also a big good luck to Michael. Good luck, Michael, on your job interview tomorrow as well. I'll be signing off now. Thank you everyone for coming along in this wonderful journey, this wonderful walk. Like I said, I was pretty bummed out earlier due to a fail start and my network issues. I went home already thinking, forget it, today is a fail. But instead, I came back out thanks to Canadian Vasily, and here I am doing a nice walk with everybody, and I had a great time. I had a blast. talking about everything and including your adventures in Thailand, Michael. Thank you for being here today. And Kokumana Cup, like I said, I'm very happy you had a great time here. And hey, maybe some life-changing decisions for the better. So good health to you, Michael. And thank you once again to Lee and Canadian Facility. Until next time, I'm your Phuket Walker, Alex. Savdi Cups, Savdi Ka, and Savdi Ja. And I shall catch you later. And thank you, Trojan Elk Explorer. As he says, thanks Alex for a relaxing stream. Take care everyone and take care of yourself as well, Trojan. And hello to everybody on the replay, including Chatty Cathy, Madano, Vivian Johnson, and Megan, Alyssa. Until we meet again, please do stay for the outro music. I will be getting the new outro members list up sooner than later, but it'll take me a few days. So until then, enjoy the one we have now. It gives a very important shout out to all my members. Thank you so much for your amazing support. Do take care, and we're off. Thank you, Aubrey, as well. Take care.